I used that. It's YeaJord. Welcome back to another reaction video. Today we are reacting to 4 times young NBA players destroyed their idols. I'm interested to see this because I want to see some of the older players get a taste of their own medicine. You know what I'm saying? Let them know that the youths are coming up. Not really much to talk about at the start of this video. Let's jump straight into it.
First person I saw was JWill, and he brought so much creativity to the game.
Here comes Julius Erving. You know what's next.
Julius Erving, damn. I used to be really into basketball, by the way, like proper. Until like 3 years ago. It's like 2 years ago, I just like lost interest. Like I used to play 2K. I used to play basketball. I used to play in school, high school. I used to know all the players. But now it's like Julius Erving. I forgot about that guy. You know what I'm saying?
And like under the hand against the Lakers, where you're behind the basket. We all try to do it once he did it.
What a play by Erving. That's a play that
that's mad. But when I used to watch it, I think it was just when KD went to the Golden State, but he's at the Nets now. Westbrook, he was at Houston, but I believe he's now at Washington. I'm catching up with it slowly. You're gonna have to give me some time.
I guess I would have never had those visions if I hadn't seen Dr. J in his time.
No matter where a player comes from or where he ends up, almost everyone who's laced up and stepped onto the court has looked up to someone. A player who inspired and motivated them to strive for greatness. Michael Jordan looked up to Dr. J, Kobe looked up to Mike, Devin Booker looked up to Kobe, and
Kobe looked up to Michael Jordan. What? I thought they were. I thought they were like the same age. I ain't even gonna lie.
Tyler looked up to Devin Booker. But unlike them, the vast majority of us will never get to play against the players who we looked up to. It's only something we can dream about. But what if you not only got to play against the player who inspired you, but you also balled out and beat that player at his own game? What if you used your arsenal and skills against the man that taught you those moves and gave him buckets in the process?
Porzingis, I remember this guy.
Such a feat would fall in the category of every hooper's dream. Well, throughout NBA history, many future stars went on to do just this. Even the GOAT himself. On April 5th, 1985, a rookie Michael Jordan got to face off against his childhood idol, Julius Erving. But this wasn't the first time they had played each other. Earlier that same season, they had 3 other games where they were virtually evenly matched, going toe-to-toe, bucket for bucket. But in the last matchup of Jordan's rookie season, the scale of their brief rivalry would tip drastically. MJ dealing with Dr. J, fairly similar to how he dealt with everyone else.
Ad. Yes, sir. We love to see an ad around here. Fuck off. Another one. Oh my god, man.
Relief.
Alright, let's go. Let's go.
Johnson 6.4.
Why is it in one ear?
He's going to take an 18-footer and he'll zip it.
The fuck?
Jordan, he's going to be right there.
Oh, that is horrible.
Jordan, the turnaround dotted line. 2 for Jordan, and he has 11. Oh, look at that move by Michael. Watley to Michael, takes it in, reverse, yes!
Oh my god. It's not playing out of his ear. I don't know if it is for you, I don't know. Is it just me? Jordan's mid-range is sick. My name's Jordan as well.
In 38 minutes, a rookie Michael Jordan goes absolutely berserk on a veteran all-star Julius Erving, dropping 40 points in just 21 shots.
Not that it matters, but my speciality when I play basketball is finishing at the rim. I used to be able to dunk, but I can't now, and I'm 6'4". Like I haven't worked on my legs or anything in so long. Yeah. But I'm quick. I can't dribble. I cannot dribble for shit. I can't do it. Shooting. I literally can just. I'm literally just good at layups and fucking passing. Really, that's it.
Julius Erving was held to just 19 points on the night.
Oh, and defense. I can block quite well.
Going back and forth with his childhood idol all season long, Julius Erving didn't just hand Mike the
ball
torch.
is gonna
Mike
get
snatched
tipped.
it out of Dr. J's hand, because from this game forward, Mike spent the next 2 seasons giving Julius the business every time they faced off, averaging 37 points per game against Julius until he retired in 1987. And by then, Julius admired Michael's game just as much as Michael admired his. And the same admiration was shared between 2 other successors within Dr. J's lineage, the master and the student. Throughout his entire youth, Devin Booker looked up to Kobe in his game, even saying that he shaped his entire game after Kobe's. But with Devin Booker being 18 years younger than Kobe, the idea of playing against his idol in the NBA was pretty far-fetched growing up. It would take a miracle for this to occur. And by miracle, I mean Kobe playing 20 years in the league and Booker entering the league at just 18 years old. A unique situation that granted Booker the opportunity to play against the one and only Kobe Bryant. Their first scheduled matchup taking place on November 16th, 2015. The first of just a few chances for Booker to go head-to-head against his mentor.
I remember like a few years ago, like Devin Booker, like there was a massive trend about him. I think he like went off one season, but I have never heard of him since.
But Kobe didn't suit up that night. A missed opportunity. But no worries, Booker would get another shot against the Black Mamba less than 2 months later on January 3rd. Scratch that, Kobe was inactive for this game as well. Okay, no sweat.
He was ducking it.
Fast forward to March 18th, when the Suns were scheduled to face off against the Lakers at Staples Center. This was Booker's time to shine. Except, it wasn't, because Kobe was absent from this game as well. 3 games against the Lakers, but 0 against Kobe. Now, remember, this was during Kobe's farewell tour. If Booker didn't play him this season, he would never get the chance to. But as fate would have it, the Suns would play the Lakers one more time that season. And this time around, Kobe was laced up and ready to go.
Oh yeah.
So was a 19-year-old Devin Booker.
Oh, we got an ad coming up. How many ads does this guy have?
Find your new lease of life with Vanarama.
I guarantee there's gonna be another one. Yeah, we're good. They're not showing up here, but apparently you got ads everywhere.
Versus the Los Angeles Lakers on Fox Sports Arizona.
Kobe thought he could catch him. Body failed him. Working on your game. It's things that you can still do.
Here's Devin Booker working an assist to the Lakers 3. Oh,
How do people do that fadeaway in the fucking paint key and shit? Like, ugh.
Boxing with his third. Here's Booker from deep. Wow. Pitch rolls
Out here in Phoenix. It's never.
Booker.
I love it because he.
Booker, knowing this was the only game he would ever get to play against the great Kobe Bryant, did not
He
hesitate
decided
to
to
pull out
go
all the
off.
stops and show off his entire arsenal, going straight to moves that he learned from Kobe and using these moves against the man himself, dropping 28 and 7 on the night. Now, out of the 76 games Devin Booker played in his rookie season, take a wild guess when and where his best game took place. And that's no coincidence. After the game, Kobe spoke about Booker and how
That's sick.
extremely skilled and gifted he was, noting that Booker tried to use his signature move against him on the very first possession of the game. Keyword, tried.
Playing against Booker tonight, I mean, he went straight to my move. The first time he caught it, dude, yeah, you're not gonna beat me on my move, man. Like, you know, I mean, it was great to see. It was absolutely great to see, because I remember I did the same thing with MJ. I think he's fantastic.
It's nice to hear,
He
man,
has the right attitude. He has the right competitive spirit.
that he's actually like complimenting him.
His footwork's
You know what I'm saying?
sound.
Not saying, oh,
From the middle of our
he tried copying me and he got slumped. Ugh.
And now it's just about him.
It's actually giving like
figuring out
advice.
exactly what his game is, and then he can go to that every single night and then make counters off of it. But he has the skills are there.
The last thing that Kobe said to Booker on the court that night was be legendary, something that Booker will carry with him for the rest of his life. Speaking of being legendary, one of the few active players that has reached this elusive status is Kevin Durant, a player that quite possibly gets more comparisons than any other player in the NBA. Quick question, what do you call a young, extremely long and tall forward who can shoot the ball well? You call him the next Kevin Durant. Or at least that's what we continue to see from basketball fans.
KD is a very versatile player, man. Now, when I used to watch, I remember him being able to shoot, dribble, dunk. Like, he could do it all. He could defend. He's like 6'10", I swear. And he can shoot.
after year
That's
with
crazy.
up-and-coming players that even slightly resemble KD. But one player that has lived up to that title better than anyone else is Brandon Ingram. Ingram got comparisons to Kevin Durant dating way back to high school, when everything down to his demeanor, playstyle, and stature reminded fans of the Slim Reaper. And this is exactly by Brandon Ingram's design.
But yeah, did you have a favorite player, somebody that you idolize or somebody that you try to model your game after not necessarily when you were 8 years old, but I mean when you realized, oh shit, I'm tall, I'm athletic, I can shoot, like I can play basketball, like this is who I want to be on the court.
For me, it was always Kevin Durant, really.
Is there that much of an age
watched
difference
him
between these
in high
two?
school, I watched him in college, and I've definitely watched him from his rookie year to this point, and that like when I seen him, I'm like, yeah, I want to be like him.
And you could say that Ingram did a solid job of shaping his
Don't be
game
like
after Kevin
KD when it
Durant,
comes to the
since
choice
KD
making
had
though,
this to
because
say
you
after
remember how
playing
much
against
hate he
Ingram
got
way
when he
back
left
in 2016,
OKC.
before Ingram even played a single game in the NBA.
Oh man, he reminds me of myself, but he's a little farther along than I was at that stage, and I feel like, you know, if he continue to keep working, he's with a great organization that's going to push him and put him in good positions to be who he is, and continue to just work hard, man, and believe in himself. You know, everything is possible for him. So, you know, he's a great player, man. I had to watch him almost every game this season. I'm a huge fan. So, you know, it's first person I can say that I can look in the mirror and look at him, and I feel like I'm looking in the mirror. So, I'm rooting for him.
Little did Durant know,
Nice guy,
just
KD.
16 months later, Ingram would give KD problems on the biggest stage. At the time, Brandon was just 20 years old, and unlike other successors on this list, Ingram was just one of few to outduel his mentor while their mentor was still in their prime.
But he did. Here is Brandon Ingram, mid-range, very deep, open. Ingram on its way, down for the Lakers. Shot clock at 8. Ingram getting aggressive. Oh, he bodies off it. Chewy.
In that second quarter, not nearly as many.
Ingram! He's number one. Ingram underneath. Bank adjustment to finish the play.
Brandon Ingram, he is something else.
You can see his confidence. Hard to get to the
Oh,
ball. That shot.
damn.
6-point lead, minute and a half left. Ingram with a big step around, and he's got a new career high.
He got his career high in this game. What a guy.
All the way to the basket.
You want to shoot
What a guy.
with 2 on the clock. And Ingram the steal! Ingram the steal on Durant.
Oh, I thought he was going to get an M1. I bet KD was in.
Kevin Durant's pocket.
Well, here's a
After an overtime thriller, the Warriors ended up getting the win. But a young Brandon Ingram, for the first time, outdueled the man that he shaped his entire game after, dropping 32 points with 3 blocks and 2 steals to Durant's 29 points. It was clear from tip-off that Ingram wanted to show Durant that he wasn't just another kid who received an unwarranted comparison. But you want to know what's crazier than a 20-year-old outscoring a prime Kevin Durant? Those 32 points that Ingram scored were by far the most points he had scored in a game all season.
That's crazy.
Just like with Booker and Kobe, this was no coincidence.
I'm just curious, and we're going to go over to JWill right now, but when people say, the comparison people make of you, projecting you forward is to Russell Westbrook. JWill, as you heard in that little soundbite there, saying he's Russell Westbrook. When you hear people say that, what's your reaction?
It's a good feeling, but at the same time,
you want to be yourself.
I want to be Ja. And
exactly.
Westbrook obviously is my favorite player, so just hearing that, I mean, it's good, but I don't want to be nobody else. I just want to be Ja.
Westbrook with the steal. Baseline to baseline. Or Carroll, Westbrook on the fly. Lack of bench scoring, but that was Conchar. And Westbrook full. Down there at his home in South Carolina.
How tall is Westbrook? 6'3". For someone who's 6'3" and has so much like vert to dunk like that, like that's crazy.
You didn't think all these stories would be in favor of the little guy, did you? Leading up to the 2019 draft, Ja Morant was getting every comparison in the book, from John Wall to De'Aaron Fox to even Derrick Rose. But the one comp that seemed to stick with NBA fans was Russell Westbrook. Ja Morant often citing Westbrook as an inspiration and a player who he shaped his own game after. But like many rookies before him, Ja Morant got a tough introduction to the league when Russ handed him 33, 9, and 8 while locking Morant down to just 12 points in their first ever matchup. It was a rude awakening for Morant, who admired Russ's game but was now for the first time on the receiving end of Russ's beatdowns. But just 12 months later, Morant faced off against Russ again, and this time, Westbrook was nothing more than another player in Morant's way.
Apparently what they're going to do is they're going to do away. Here's Morant.
Have to hustle back, and even on those slow breaks.
I remember Washington Wizards being not a very good team. I don't know whether they are now, but
roster. Two of them combined there. Wow.
Of course, Houston have Harden. So you know, a good playmaker as like Harden and Westbrook. Yeah, of course, Westbrook's going to get a lot of points. But at the Wizards, I don't know. I don't even know who's there except Westbrook at the minute.
Dotted line. Morant's third assist of the game rises and hits. He's had to lobby hard for that call. Tony Brothers finally made it. Morant, yes, are from outside the three-point line. 89. Morant to the rim and
since the second quarter.
Morant, full head of steam against Neto. Yes,
and
winning record on the road and a losing record at home. Morant floats it and hit. Winslow. Morant.
Why is someone guarding him?
Bingo.
Why not, young fella? Why not?
In their first matchup since Morant got shut down, Ja completely flipped the tables on Russ, going for 35 and 10 on 61% shooting, giving Russ buckets that he learned from Brody himself. Things got so bad that at one point the Wizards had to switch Russ off of Morant to try to stop his offensive attack. But Russ and the Wizards couldn't stop him. He was just too quick, too shifty, and too good.
That's what I like to hear, the Utes coming up.
The respect of the man he was once compared to.
You know what I'm saying?
If Russ was holding a torch here, he'd be handing it to Ja. All of these players once dreamed of just playing in the NBA. The idea of getting the best of their childhood idol, nearly impossible to even fathom. Michael Jordan was in the 6th grade when Julius Erving won his first ABA championship. Devin Booker was 9 years old when Kobe dropped 81. By the time Durant won his first scoring title, Brandon Ingram hadn't even played his first AAU game.
These comparisons, though.
Westbrook won his MVP, Ja Morant was a role player on his high school basketball team. The odds of these young players going toe-to-toe with the men they look up to, slim to none. And yet, those odds never stopped them. Makes you wonder if anyone watching this video right now will accomplish this same feat. As they say,
you can accomplish anything if you put your mind to it and don't give up. Don't let anyone get in your way. Focus and channel your energy to whatever you want to accomplish and you will make it. I believe this is the end of this video, so we're going to end it right here. If you enjoyed, smash the like button, subscribe, share the video, comment down below some videos you want me to react to, and if they fit on this channel, I'll get that done for you. It's been your boy YeaJord, and take care.